Hello and welcome to I Am Geek. I'm your host Ryan. Joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Catron. And this is episode 311, where we talk about all things
311.
311. The band 311. I couldn't name you one
mixed a little
song.
rap and a little rock.
Can you name one 311 song?
I don't know the words, but like down, I think is the name of the song, right?
First, let's just take a look at the numbers.
I don't know if I've ever heard
3 and 11.
You have. They were big in the 90s. Come on. Yeah, Down
They
is
did,
their
They
biggest
did
song.
stuff. I don't know.
And they're actually still touring, and I think they put I want to say they put new songs out, but you would know 311 if you heard it. So do you remember PAX 217? The Christian version of 311?
Yes.
That's what they sound like.
I would play one of their songs, but we'll probably get like, whoa, I can't do that. Their biggest song on Spotify is a song called Amber. How's that go?
Yeah, Amber's a good one too. Amber is the color of
Forever Now, whatever. Beyond the Gray Sky.
You're not. I don't know what you're.
So they even did a not too long ago. You know the what do they call that? Where it's not. I think it's done by NPR.
We're going to be in Houston May 9th.
There you go. You got to go.
Oh, there we go.
You all know the show on
this episode for them
on NPR where it's like the tiny room or whatever.
Yeah, so the tiny office or
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They did one of those, and they're a rock band, right? So it was kind of interesting to do. Well, it sounded kind of weird, but
they're an American rock quintet. 311 fuses reggae, hip hop, funk, and metal in a rhythmic hybrid blend that has carried them from the rap rock boom of the 90s and into the 2020s as veteran mainstays. Wow. Fiercely devoted fan base.
I'm not sure I heard their name until you guys said it.
Oh, really? You know the songs.
I may know the songs, but I never
played in a band just to see.
Come on. Y'all are killing me, Smalls.
I've heard the band. If I heard one of their songs, I probably would know.
Are they? It might be Giants, Elvis Costello, or Country, or Jimmy Buffett. I probably don't know them then.
Oh, they're out back, gonna eat hot dogs, gonna make some hamburgers on the grill.
Then just let me do it now. I'm back in.
Wow. I think this will be our episode. Discovering 311.
This wasn't in the plan, but now it is.
Now it is.
Listen, as Catron tries to do every song.
I think they didn't look like that back then. They looked like
did.
Like soccer dads or something.
I mean, they just looked a little younger. The lead singer often plays shows with his shirt off, and he still does it.
Oh well, this picture they're all in button up, like nice shirts.
Well, that's before the show starts.
Yeah, and it gets hot.
So, there we go. And that has been your dose of the band 311.
We're sorry.
Next
time
nobody
knew
doing 312.
Wow. 312.
I don't know what that would be for.
Is that an area code? No, that's 312 is somewhere in Texas, right? 312.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Oh, about 312.
312 area code. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's down there in Texas. Nope. It's in Chicago.
There you go.
Sorry, Chicago. I get calls from them all the time, so I should know, and I just ignore them. I'm like, I don't want to take a call from Chicago today.
Or Chicago.
When you type in 312 on Spotify, you get 311.
Well, yeah.
Or you get the 312 playlist, whichever. I don't know what that is.
All right.
Don't want to know.
Here we go. That's enough. Well, it's 311. So it's the episode number.
It's also, I think, a 311 police code.
I thought it was 410.
Is loud and obscene activities is a
That's
311.
us. That describes our show.
That's part of the reason why they have that name. I remember that now.
Okay.
It's also used in some areas as non-emergency number for police assistance.
Since this is a podcast, we should reach out to this other podcast, the Offbeat Podcast, a 311 podcast.
Oh, hey guys,
it's a whole podcast about 311.
We're gonna take them on.
Maybe it's.
Why is there a whole podcast about the band 311?
Well, you know,
there's only 44 episodes.
I was going to say some podcasts don't quite go too far, and they're only meant for small runs, so that's probably why.
This is a fairly new podcast too.
Well, that's okay. Maybe they just decided that's what they wanted to do, and they're done. It's a little project.
No, it's cool, but it's cool, but it's like somebody in the year 20. When did it start? 2023 was like, you know what we need? 311 podcast.
Well, that's about when they started coming back and doing things again. I bet you.
Oh, well, there we go.
I think. You know, we just passed 311 too in the months. Today is 4/9 or 10.
4/10.
Oh.
Tomorrow's 4/11.
Yep, tomorrow's 4/11. So
this comes out on 4/11.
Hey, gum.
3/11 comes out on 4/11.
4/11. What?
Everybody's gonna think we're high when they're watching this.
Crazy. Look at all the
funny
colors.
thing. The funny thing is, before we said any of that, there was somebody listening, and they go, "Wait, today's 4/11. That's funny. This is 3/11."
They got there before we did
because we're all on the same wavelength.
But we're ahead of them, so that we can.
Oh my god!
They got there.
So we got there. We got there before they did, even though they thought they got there before we did.
Wow.
Oh,
we got to move on.
This is wild, man.
Welcome to 4/11. 3/11.
3/11 on 4/11.
That's gonna be the name of this episode.
3/11 on 4/11.
3/11 on 4/11.
You know, I used to live near
Highway 411.
We already got that done. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the highway. How was it?
Yeah. So Highway 411 is how you get to Townsend and the Smoky Mountains from Maryville. So if you're in Maryville, Tennessee, that's So Highway 411.
Interesting.
Now 511.
Now you don't want to go on 511.
That's G in that. Wait, no. That's Levi something else. I started to say it's Levi 511, right?
501 jeans.
501.
I mean, they make all the numbers. I think.
Yeah.
Did they?
We're just going to go through all the 11 numbers tonight.
You know, when I was
7-Eleven.
Oh, there is 7-Eleven.
Wow! I can't wait till we get to 7-Eleven.
611 is
6. We gotta get 611.
611, isn't it? Isn't that some
area code?
Police code or something?
It's a 6. No, I'm sure it is a police code. Let's see what it is.
No, I thought that was in another country. No, that's something else.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
We were talking about how our numbers were rising before we started this. Right now, as of this moment, it's going back down.
Right at this we can put
because we haven't gotten to 7-Eleven yet.
Point in time, as the day when we lost like 50 youth.
7-Eleven makes good
people waiting too long to get to 7-Eleven. They're just like, I can't take it anymore. Well, no, I do. I remember the Simpsons had a tie-in with 7-Eleven. They did like squishies. I think they had like Duff beer.
Quickie Mart.
Never didn't go. I didn't go though. But,
or
maybe I did.
Have you ever taken your own cup to 7-Eleven for bring your own cup?
No.
No.
I don't think I've encountered a lot of 7-Elevens.
You haven't encountered them? Like in the wild?
I've been to one, I think. But it's not something we have in Tennessee.
Oh,
many of them.
Yeah, it wasn't really in Tennessee.
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
Yeah, they had them in LA, but never around where I lived.
There's some here.
And yeah, there's some here.
In Florida, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't remember them in Florida.
Oh, well, that's good. A good episode, guys.
So 8-11. Now that
if we get to 9/11, then the show shuts down.
And we're done.
The police come.
Moving along.
No, just broke my pen. Anyways. Let's move on. I mean, this has been an epic conversation.
Oh, nice.
Segway.
It's time to move on to something else epic. Epic Universe, the newest theme park in the United States.
Disney World.
No.
Right?
No.
What?
Gosh.
No.
This is the first theme park that's open since the 90s, right?
Probably, yeah. I think so.
Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, Animal Kingdom. I mean, technically, if doing their math, they count their new water park as a park.
It doesn't count as a theme park.
The Volcano Bay, isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, but then I think you could call anything. I think you could call anything a theme park.
In Orlando.
Like,
Orlando. Okay.
You could call like Putt Putt a theme park.
Yeah.
I think a theme park has to have different things. Like not just one.
Not just definition of a theme park.
I mean,
there's different things.
There's slides and there's the slides and
there's slides.
I mean, is there a theme?
There's a wave pool. There's a theme.
There is a theme. So technically, I guess it could be a theme park.
Yeah.
But when you, in the traditional sense of thinking of a theme park,
well, you got to get out
water parks and theme parks.
You got to get out of that box.
Yeah. Outside that box.
Well, people are still boasting this is the first thing to open since the 90s. So
sure. In Orlando.
In the United States.
Well,
in the whole of the U.S.?
True. That's not true.
Like, when did California Adventure open?
And there's got to be other theme parks that.
Well, let's look it up. California Adventure.
While he's looking up, back to 7-Eleven.
I could talk and look up. I can do multiple.
They also the Simpsons.
So put in the chat there. What do you think is? So 1998 was Animal Kingdom. Well, this is Orlando.
Oh, okay. Well, then people have been saying this wrong. So there we go. People keep boasting like this is the first theme park since 2001 was California Adventure.
There you go.
I thought that was sooner. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go.
Anyway, since 2001.
There you go.
It is in Orlando, the first theme park since Animal Kingdom, right?
In Orlando.
Yeah. That's one.
Yeah, for sure. Except for the Volcano Bay.
Yeah.
It's got a theme. It's parkish.
What have we done? Anyways, the previews, they had a media preview day where the media could come in, or really everyone, the influencers, the YouTubers, the TikTokers,
that's the
Instagrammers. Yeah, that's the media. Could come in and video and show it all off. Because before that, if you videoed or took photographs, because it was only employees, you were fired.
You were fired on the spot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So they fired a ton of people, supposedly. Like 300, 400 people got fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody worked there anymore.
Which is sort of funny because wait a week? Yeah, post all you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got to get them views.
But in the Universal parks, you can't record on the ride. So there's there is some leak that people snuck a camera on.
Oh, there's a few. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not supposed to film on the ride. So all the big influencers, media didn't film on the rides. They said, we'll tell you about it, but we can't film on it. Let me tell you, I've watched a few videos.
Mm-hmm.
This park is amazing.
This
park is what Galaxy Edge was supposed to be. I guess that's the best way to put it. Because originally Galaxy's Edge, which I love Galaxy's Edge. I still love Galaxy's Edge. When they announced that they were building Galaxy's Edge, it was like there's going to be tons of walk around characters. There's going to be droids going around. There's going to be this. There's going to be these shows going on. There's going to be all this stuff. And then all that got cut. Now there's like 3 people that walk around, 3 or 4. And there's no droids. Well, they had R2 and Chopper come out.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been
the ones that are going to have.
Yeah. So now this could change. I mean, if we're being honest, because theme parks have done this before,
let's be honest.
They could be putting on a big show for the media, and as soon as the park fills up with tons of guests, it could be like, yeah, we just don't have room for the walk around characters and all this stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
Because but these characters, if they keep it like this, I mean, it's amazing. Okay, I'll go through just the lands real fast, and then we could talk about them. You guys can talk about which one do you think is going to be your favorite if you go sometime. So there's Super Nintendo World, which is the biggest Super Nintendo World I think they've made.
Man,
yeah, it's got Donkey Kong Land, it's got Mario Kart, it's got a Yoshi ride, it's got all this. Like basically, this one is you go through a portal, and it's like a land within a land. You go through one portal, and you got the Mario Kart and all that stuff. You go through this other tunnel, and then you're in Donkey Kong Land.
Yeah.
And in this one, you go up an escalator.
Oh.
Like the tunnel is an escalator.
Look out.
So it looks like you're sort of popping up into the land. The one in California is sort of like
little
yeah.
Little hole.
And there's hints of Link around too. I saw that on one of the castles.
Yeah. Link.
Oh, expansions.
Yes. There's Pikmin hidden places. Nice. It looks beautiful. There's like all kinds of power-up stuff you can do. There's new power-up stuff that with the bands, because you can get a band. There's new games you can play. There's games in Donkey Kong Country that you can play. Like if you remember playing the old Donkey Kong games.
Mine with the mine cart.
Yeah. And that mine cart thing looks fun.
That
looks like it jumps off the track.
Oh yeah.
It looks really cool. I saw a video, and a girl, and she had a hat on in front of somebody, and they hit one of those dips, and her hat goes like first day. Somebody lost their hat.
Oh no.
So that's okay. So there's Super Mario World or Super Nintendo World. There's Isle of Berk, which is how to train your dragon. Which this is the biggest land or portal land in the park. It's pretty huge. It's like very kinetic. There's just water. There's movement. It's really cool.
Burgers.
That's cool.
Burgers.
Flying dragons.
There's yes, there is flying dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have actual flying dragons, and then they got dragons on the ground walking around.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then there's Wizarding World that takes place in 1920s France and 1990s Ministry of Magic.
You can't do that.
What?
It has to stick to one.
No, I'll tell you other eras.
I'll tell you how they're getting around that in a minute when we get to that.
So weird.
And then there's why did I forget the name of it? It's like the best one of the best ones. The
Dark Universe.
Dark Universe, yes, which is like I was just thinking Universal Monsters, but I was like, it's not called Universal Monsters. Dark Universe
Squad.
And it's bait, which I thought was an interesting choice. Because if you go back, because I'm sure you listen to iamGEEK every week. Way back when they first announced the characters for Dark Universe, they said that it wasn't going to be Victor Frankenstein. It was going to be his great granddaughter or something.
Yeah.
Victoria Frankenstein. Oh. I'm like, okay. So I guess Dark Universe takes place like now. But it's like but when you go there, it looks like you're back then, but it's still now.
I mean, that's how Transylvania looks. It's just
because there's Igor, who's a walk around character. There's the Visible Man, who freaking hilarious. I hope nobody whines and complains about these characters, because it's not like, hey, you want to take a picture? That'd be fun. Like, come take a picture. Like, it's like they're mean.
Yeah,
like monsters.
Like, yeah. So somebody I saw a video. Somebody walked up to the Visible Man and said something to him, and he said, "What are you, some kind of moron?" It's like, yes.
That's awesome. They'll probably be fine with that, because at the other Universal Park with like Megatron, like he walks out and just like insults everyone. So I feel like they'll be okay.
Well, it was really funny though, because he was walking towards this guy, and then the guy with the camera was like, "Oh, I can't see you. You're invisible." And he goes, "What are you, a moron? Don't you see my bandages?" Because he's all bandaged up. "Don't you see my hat, my clothes?"
Just hopefully he doesn't do like this. At any time.
And then Igor walks around with a bag full of body parts. And I saw a video where he walked up with a guy with a stroller with a baby, and he goes, "How much for the baby?"
Yes.
He goes, "You'll be coming back at 3:30 in the morning when it's crying and trying to sell it to me."
Nice.
So it looks fun. So we can go through.
And what about the middle part?
In the middle, Celestial Park.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got a roller coaster. Sort of the story behind Epic Universe, the Celestial Park, is that a portal has been opened, and not only are there portals there that lead to these other worlds, but a lot of Universal owned properties, their characters have wandered through this portal and have left their mark on the park. So not just those that we mentioned, but you're going to see nods to Back to the Future. You're going to see nods to
there may be a Back to the Future land down the road. You never know.
You never know. So like the roller coaster in Celestial Park is like a dual
based off the music.
It's a dual launch coaster.
Yeah.
And it looks, but some people are saying it's the best roller coaster they've ever been on.
That's what they say. It gives Velocicoaster a run for its money.
Yeah.
So,
but on the back of each of the train cars for it, there's a
flux
nod,
capacitor.
Yeah, nod to Back to the Future, the flux capacitor.
That's
really cool.
Yeah.
So all these little things are weaving. I've heard the food there is great. They have a bunch of like restaurants in that area.
Yeah.
Like nice restaurants.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like the hub. And the way they set it up is basically you go from the hub to the different portals. So none of the different worlds can really be seen.
Oh, really? Yeah. So they don't connect like Islands of Adventure. Huh, interesting.
The hub to get to, let's say, for example, let's say you go into the hub, the Celestial Park, and you want to go to Isle of Berk. So you go through that portal. When you're in Isle of Berk and you're like, oh, I want to go to Super Nintendo World. Well, you have to leave that portal, go back through the hub, and go to Super Nintendo World on the other side.
I wonder if they'll ever change that due to like just the influx of people.
They'll give you a warp whistle.
I've heard that the way they set it up is that it works. That it works really well.
Interesting.
Because that way. But it's cool that way because it's not like
I know. I totally get it. It works with the theme. I just feel like it could be annoying. Like I'm right here, and I just want to go right there.
I think the way
I gotta go all the way out there.
I think the way the park's set up is it's not the Celestial Park is so big, like that area of the park, that it's not like going. It's not like the Magic Kingdom where it's like, okay, I got to go all the way back to the beginning of Main Street to get to Frontierland. It's set up where it's easy access. So I'm thinking like at the beginning of the day, you could be like, okay, I want to start on this side and just circle around. But people are saying there's so much to do that it could be a 3-day park.
Oh, I could see that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Especially when like it fills up with people, like then
Sure.
Yeah. The only complaint that I've really heard is there's not much shade. So in the summertime, it's going to be rough because there's just not much shade, which makes sense. I mean,
Dark Universe, it's dark. I mean, they don't need shade.
They don't need shade.
This park, not much has been seen of the nighttime, but I think this park is going to be really cool at nighttime.
Oh yeah, because they've shown some of that before. Just like the overhead, views, but it's gotta be because they've got the firing windmill and the not firing, I guess.
Firing windmill.
Well, let's go into some detail. Which little area? Now that we've gone through Celestial Park, which a
little bit more on Celestial Park. I mean that roller coaster. If you've seen the POV rides, I mean it's ridiculous. Like it's a racer, so you don't. I guess you don't see them the whole time, but then all of a sudden you'll intersect with them and kind of go under them, around them, or whatever, and it looks ridiculous.
Katrin can't wait to go on.
I can't wait.
There's also a carousel,
and there's a carousel
park, which is not like any carousel you've seen before.
Right.
It's sort of like I don't think Chris has been, but Katrin's been on alien swirling saucers.
Yeah.
You know how those move and they sort of go in between in and out. It's sort of like that. So it's not your traditional. You get on a horse and you go around in a circle.
Yeah, you're sitting in a bench in a thing like an animal or some sort or creature or something.
Some of the animals you could like a horse or something. It's like two people can ride on the saddle together. So some people are like, well, "That's sort of awkward."
Yeah,
but it looks cool,
and it'll be cool at night. That'll be speaking of that, there's the lighting and everything.
And there's a big fountain in the middle that does like a big fountain show.
Now, is the Helios Hotel, is it in the middle or is it like off the side? Because isn't it like in the park?
It's in the park.
Yeah.
So it's in that part of the park.
Yeah.
To the side, or you can enter the park through the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's in that part of the park because that's the part of the park that fits it. You can see the fountain, like it's on. Like if you look at pictures, you can see the big fountain and you see the hotel.
Sure.
Yeah, and then there's a few restaurants there, a pizza place there, candy shop, a big like souvenir store that has like stuff from everywhere.
Yeah,
that's cool. So where should we go? What portal are you drawn to?
It's probably no surprise. Dark Universe.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Isle of Berg.
I did too.
Well, I mean, I am like, I mean, I really
secretly he doesn't like How to Train Your Dragon.
That's right.
That's my second choice.
Okay.
I grew up like with like the Wolfman and Dracula and all that stuff. So like, I mean, it like even like as a little kid, I didn't like horror movies and stuff like that, but I always liked Wolfman, like like Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the Wolfman,
Teen Wolf,
Teen Wolf, and so like and
start there then,
and the fact that they've made it up so well to look like old like Transylvania 65000. Look, just like oh.
So there is, we'll start since you said Wolfman. There's two rides or attractions, whatever, in Dark Universe. There's one that's called the Curse. I think it's called the Curse of the Werewolf. And it's a spinning roller coaster.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
So this is one that I will not be going.
I like that.
And depending on, so it's like there's 4 people per little car and you face back to back. So depending on who's in the car with you, basically depends on how much you spin. Because if you have like 4 people that are around the same size, it's going to be perfectly balanced out. It's not going to spin that much. If you got 2 adults on one side and you got 2 kids on the other side, you're going to be whipping all over the place.
Oh, jeez.
I've heard it's a short ride.
Okay, that's good.
Pretty short. It does, I think, go backwards a little bit sometimes, but it does. I don't guess it really matters. It goes backwards because you're spinning. And there's one scene that's supposed to be really cool. It's like it's like a person transforming into a werewolf that you see as you're spinning. But I was excited about this one until I saw that it was a spinning coaster, and then I said no. Make me throw up.
I love the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, so I mean,
makes me so sick.
So I guess it depends on how, like, if it's a short ride and it's spinning pretty quickly, it might be okay. But if it's just a constant spin that's really quick, then I can see it just making everybody sick.
Depends on who's in the car with you. I wish for rides like that they had 1 or 2 cars that don't spin, so more people can enjoy it. But whatever.
Bring out the sissy one.
I'll be like, that's me.
We got a little baby over here.
That's fine.
I'd be there with.
Yeah. And then there's the like attraction for this.
The main event.
The main event, which is being talked about as one of the best rides ever. Monsters Unchained.
That's it.
And it's like a combination of Spider-Man, that Harry Potter ride.
Escape from Grindelwald, is that?
No.
That's wrong. I don't know.
The first one. The one in Hogwarts, the castle.
Yeah.
It's on one of those arms, the Kabuka or whatever, Kabuki or whatever it's called, arms. And so you're on one of those arms that moves around and stuff. The screens are, people have said that this has made some people a little nauseous. So there are screens, but there's like really good animatronics. I did see a ride through of this one. Somebody filmed it.
Yeah,
looks amazing.
It's hard to tell what's going on.
That's the one I might get sick on because I actually get nauseous on the Harry Potter ride.
Yeah, people did say that it's not as it's done better than that one. It doesn't have the curved screens, so it doesn't look like you're you don't have to worry about that part making you nauseous. The animatronics, they say, look fantastic. They've done for Victoria Frankenstein. You remember on the Frozen ride at Epcot, Katrin, where the faces are like projected on the characters. Yeah. So they've done something like that, but they've made it like 100 times better.
the skin color matches, correct?
Yeah. So like for like that, it's like a static thing that they project the face on and the face moves.
Yeah.
And this one, it's an animatronic that they project the face on, so the animatronic moves as the stuff moves, so it looks real. People are saying this is a great, fantastic ride. They're not surprisingly, some people are putting it like at number 3 for Epic. Like they're saying that roller coaster, Celestial Park, is like number 1, and the Ministry of Magic's 2, and this one's 3. Some of the, but they're all flip like. There's like, it's hard to make your top 3. They could all be number 1 of those 3. So, and I think there's 2 restaurants. Well, there's a restaurant and a pub here.
Yeah,
there's a restaurant called Das Steakhouse. And
to say that I need a seat at Das Steakhouse.
I need a seat at Das Steakhouse.
It's good.
Yeah, it's not like a steakhouse though. It's a steak like STAKE house. It's quick service, but it looks like you're in like a vampire lair castle thing. It's very dark. I've seen like video inside, and there's like, you know how I'm with creepy children. Like there's like, you'll be walking and you'll look, and behind this like gate beside you is this creepy vampire child just staring at you like, So it's sort of vampire themed. I'm not sure what all food they had there. I don't think they have
stuff.
Steak.
Bloody things.
No, I don't think so. Is that the place that has those like, it's not donut holes or something, is it?
No, that's a stand outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wolfman's Nards.
Wolfman's Nards.
They should have called it that.
They should have.
But then you have that place is cool, but then you have the other establishment there that's like a pub, or I guess I don't know what they're. It's the windmill, the burning. Oh gosh, the burning
desire.
No, it's a big windmill. It's on the outside. It's sort of taken from the Frankenstein movie where the windmill's burning.
Yeah,
and it's like a pub. You can get food there, but it's mostly like a bar, drinks. But it's like the place where all the monster hunters go to hang out. So like on the walls are like cryptids that they've killed and stuff. And every once in a while, the monster hunters will come in, and they'll like do this like oath thing to be a monster hunter.
Burning blade.
Yeah. It looks really cool. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
It's like a monster version of like Trader Sam's or something. Because there's like people playing parts that come in, and it's not just a place to eat and stuff. So that looks fun. And then at nighttime it looks really cool because the blade of the windmill catches on fire. So that's cool. It'll catch on fire and go off and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much. Besides, we talked about the walk around characters, and then they have characters with violins that are around that like are storytellers that tell you stories of the monsters and stuff. Which I watched the video and I'm like, I know that girl. That was one of the violinists. It was the person who played Ray on my trip, the Star Cruiser trip.
Oh,
nice.
Funny.
So I'm glad she's got something else to do now that the Star Cruiser's closed.
There you go.
Like, she did a fabulous. Yeah, it was really cool. They basically are storytellers and they play music through the.
If someone says Frau Blucher, do the horses like whinny and neigh, and then lightning goes off?
Sure.
Maybe.
Young Frankenstein? Nothing.
It's been a while. And in the middle of this thing, there's this fountain. They call it a fountain, but it was put there by vampires to drain the blood of humans.
Oh, wow.
So,
you know what we need? We need a fountain.
Yeah.
To drain blood.
And there's all kinds of like stuff on the walls and stuff that looks like somebody's been splattered, like blood, like exploded on the wall.
So back to the ride with the monsters and chains. Yeah. Like, what is the point of it? Like, what is happening in there? Like, there because you see all these monsters. Yeah.
Okay. So Victoria Frankenstein has made a better version of the monster, Frankenstein's monster, and she's going to use that monster to help her power this contraption that she has to control all the other monsters, with their prize being controlling Dracula. So the ride is basically about her fighting with Dracula to basically control Dracula. So she can control all the monsters. So you see other monsters in there that she's taking control of. Like you see the Phantom of the Opera. You see the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I think Wolfman's in there. Werewolf.
Wolfman's in there. What?
She's controlling the Phantom of the Opera.
I don't know. It's really cool. There's a scene, like one of the first scenes you go past is the big organ, and he's sitting there playing.
Man, I got the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, it's all the original.
I got this guy that hangs out in a theater.
It's all the original Universal monsters.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with him. He just sits in the corner and plays the organ.
But the Wolfman's cool. It goes from like it looks like he's running on a screen. It doesn't look like a screen, but it's on a screen.
Yeah.
And then it pops into this next scene, and it's like a full-on animatronic.
Yeah. It's cool.
So basically, she's trying to control the monster. She has Igor working for her, and then I won't give spoilers on what happens.
Okay.
At the end, you can go watch the video if you really want to know.
Yeah, I couldn't get what was going on. It's like
it's
so dark. You know,
there's a pre-show that basically tells what's going on. Okay. Victoria talked to you and says, this is my top prize." She didn't say that, but top prize to control Dracula. And then he comes on screen. He's like, "You never control me." And ladies, I guess, are falling all over the Dracula animatronic. They're like, "He's so hot. Why'd they make him so hot?"
Yikes.
So, like, it's an animatronic.
There's nothing you can do. Dracula's just hot.
Yeah, but of course,
it's actually really cold. But yeah,
bleh.
Invisible Man's walking around, which is fun. And that's sort of that land. And then they have a store that you can get all the merch. Some of the merch is cool, and some of the merch is not cool.
Yeah,
they have these little like mystery, sort of Funko Pop style mystery monster packs that are sort of cool.
Yeah,
little monsters. And then some of the merch is okay in that one. Now, when we get some of the other lands or worlds, that merch that they've got in those worlds is epic.
Excellent.
All right, where do we want to go? We've left this portal now. We're back in the middle section.
Well, that's where I would have gone first. Where would you go first, Katrin?
Let's go to Super Nintendo world.
Like I said, you go through this portal and it is an escalator.
That's cool.
So if you can't ride the escalator, is it going to be a letdown?
You can't go.
They're going to be like an elevator off to the side and be like, you got to go.
Well, I mean, it's like Mitch Hedberg said. It's like you can't. Escalators just become stairs. You know, it's like, sorry for the convenience, but that's what he said. But I mean, that's the good thing is that they don't ever break down.
Well, yeah, escalator. But if you're like in a wheelchair, it's like, sorry, you got to take the elevator that's not themed.
They're not a ramp.
I'm sure there's a workaround.
I mean, I'm sure there's an elevator to the side.
Yeah.
But,
well, they have to be an elevator if it's not a ramp. So
yeah.
ADA. There's an elevator. I'm sure there is. I'm just saying it's probably not as cool as going up the tube.
I mean, elevator be the same.
When you get in the escalator, you're in one of the tubes from Mario. and it's got the music and it's got the warp sound like going up. It gets faster and faster as you get up, and then when you get off the escalator, you're like there in like Peach's castle.
Yeah.
So you're inside the Peach's castle, and then you go in through the castle, and then there it is.
You're there,
just like you're in the video game.
Just like it.
Everything's pixelated.
Yeah, it's really cool, and you can get the power up bands or whatever they call them. There,
I wasn't impressed really by those, and the California one, the power up bands. They just didn't seem like.
This one, it looks pretty cool. Some of the stuff looks pretty fun. Like they have the game in, was it Mario 2 that had like the little bouncing musical notes?
No, that would be 3.
Or 3. Was that 3 or 2?
I think so.
3. Probably
2
3.
was the weird one because it actually was a different game. So
stage play.
Yeah, 3. So there's like a game with that. Yeah. There's one thing that they don't have in California that's like you go to this dark tunnel and you actually get shrunk down. So so all the blocks get huge and you got to get it. And by the end, you got to get a big mushroom to get big again to go back out.
What if you're allergic to mushrooms?
And then I don't know. And you can battle like Bowser Jr. The Donkey Kong looks cool because there's a lot of like the drum game. And the rhino from the game, you got to break him out and stuff like that. So it looks fun, especially for kids. I think kids will love it. Toad is actually a character you can meet, and
he dances and
he's adorable. So cool looking.
This one has 3 rides, right?
Yes, it's got Mario Kart, which is like an augmented reality glasses that you wear.
And you're on a cart.
Yeah, you're in a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And it looks cool.
Yep.
You have Yoshi's something that's just like a little kid's ride.
Yeah.
It's just a little kid's ride.
It's up. It's elevated. So it's almost like you're on a people mover, but slower. And there's buttons to go. Wee, wee,
it reminds me of the ride in the Dr. Seuss land in I want to say Islands of Adventure. It's like that's an elevated sort of dark ride.
Yeah.
That's what the Yoshi ride is.
Lame.
You're on a Yoshi thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they have the roller coaster, Donkey Kong.
Yeah. It looks great.
It looks really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. And then you have the Toad Cafe. The food looks fun. You have like the Mario burger, and you have the Bowser like spicy meatball.
A spicy meatball.
It's a spicy meatball.
You wanna like it?
And then in the Donkey Kong land, they have this thing that comes in one of those barrels, like in Donkey Kong, and it's like this banana soft serve type thing. People said it reminded them of Dole Whip, but I guess banana flavored Dole Whip. I don't know.
Banana whip.
Yeah. So it looks cool. Oops. It looks cool.
It looks very cool.
Oh, I turned my volume up. Sorry. It looks very cool. It looks like a place you can just go play for a while. A long while.
Yeah. It's a shame that the band only works in that land, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
that's how they get you.
Oh, I know.
Get the band there, and then when you go over to the Wizarding World, you buy a wand.
That's right. I mean, it seems like
you buy a dragon.
I mean, I get it; it's making money, but it seems like they could have done something that could have worked in all the lands, like the Magic Band at Disney World, where it can interact with different things, no matter where you are in the different parks. But whatever.
More money for them.
That's right.
Band, you need a wand, you need a dragon, you need Wolfman Nards.
That's right.
Oh, that's what we forgot about. Not Wolfman Nards, but in Dark Universe, they also have a makeup thing where you can get your makeup done like monsters and get full costumes.
Yeah, starts at $45 for a face painting and then goes on up from there. And
the full costumes, I saw pictures of them, of people in. Some of them look pretty cool. Like they have the creature, from the Black Lagoon, has this big headpiece that looks like the creature.
Crazy.
That's cool.
And then they have the big Wolfman thing you can get, and then Dracula outfit.
Perfect for the warm, cool summer nights in Orlando.
So those things look cool in there.
Yeah.
And Super Mario, of course, you can get like you can get a Mario hat, Luigi hat, Donkey Kong. You can get a Donkey Kong like hat thing that has a tie attached to it.
Yeah.
So that's fun. You can get a star popcorn bucket.
Into like the sexy Bowsette, or is that what?
No, they don't have that.
No, you don't get that.
Okay. Sorry.
It pass.
Shall we move on to the Wizarding World?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to France in the 1920s. And again, walk around characters are all over the place here. You have people walking around that are visiting from Hogwarts, people visiting from, is it Livermore? The United States version of Hogwarts.
I don't know.
It's something like that.
Partymore. That's probably what it is.
And then I think it starts with an L. And then a person from what's the people from France in the movies? The blue, they're on blue. The ladies,
the blue ladies.
Yeah. So there's three walking around like they're friends. One from the United States, one from Hogwarts, and one from there.
Is starts with a B.
Yeah. So they're walking around and they're talking to people, and then there's a wand shop there, and it's not. Of course, it's not the. What's his name?
Ollivanders.
It's a lady a French lady who started her own wand shop, and the wands are a lot more elegant. I guess would be a good word. Sort of looks like something from the 1920s France. Yes,
ones we have made from a croissant.
They're very beautiful wands. They look really cool, and then they have those version 2 wands that you can put on an app and all that stuff. But so there's all kinds of places that you can do stuff with wands there, like there's even hidden places. Lots of animals, because they're basing it sort of on Fantastic Beasts, so there's lots of animals you can interact with. There's a band that goes around that has magical creatures in it that play instruments. There's a show that nobody really knows much about because, of course, they can't video it. That's sort of like a circus, like a magical beast circus that you can watch. That's supposed to be really good. And then there's the Ministry of Magic ride, and you're like, well, how do you go from 1920s France to 1990s?
I don't know, Ryan.
This is a select stall in the bathroom.
Well, okay, so this is really cool how it is. There is a restaurant there that you can get butterbeer crepes, and I've heard they're really good. But they call it butterbeer something else in France.
Butterbeer.
Okay, so here's how they make this work.
It's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, Justin Bieber.
Would you like to have a Justin Bieber?
Here's how you go from 1920s France to 1990s London or whatever. There's the Flu Network you get to travel by, and it's cool looking. This is another thing that I'm like, how is this going to work when this park is packed? Because there's different like flus. I don't know. And when you walk into it, like a bunch of green lights come on and smoke comes up, so it looks like you disappear. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And then they're saying also the time turner thing. It's like time travel. So not only does it shoot you off to London, but it travels you through time through the Flu Network.
Maybe that's what Galaxy's Edge needs. Old time travel.
Time travel.
Yeah, they do. The effect looks really cool. It's just like in the movies when you see and you're in the Ministry of Magic and you see everybody popping in by flus. You see all that when you're inside. When you walk in, people that have been on the set of the Ministry of Magic for the movies say that this set is more grand than the actual movie set. You walk in, it looks just like the Ministry of Magic when you pass through the Food Network.
Yeah.
You see all the offices, and they're all decorated up there. So this takes place after the movies, after the books, and it's the trial of the Death Eaters. And today's trial is the trial of
Umbridge.
Sorry, I'm afraid.
Dolores Umbridge.
I will just say Pink Lady.
Pink Lady.
Umbridge.
Trial of the Pink Lady.
And supposedly, surprises, but supposedly she escapes, and she's trying to get a hold of the time travel stuff so she can go back to the reign of Voldemort. So you're having to stop her. You're gonna see characters that you know and love. You're gonna see Harry Potter. You're gonna see Ron. I think Hermione may be in there. So you'll see those characters. Supposedly this ride system is like the best thing ever. It's supposed to be like spectacular. You go through Umbridge's office and they're packing it up, but all the cats are still on the on the walls, and they're like moving like it's like cats in the picture. There's a house elf that used to be her house elf there. So like my daughter was watching the video with me, and she's like, "Is that Dobby?" And I'm like, "No, that's not Dobby. Dobby's dead." And she goes, and
Spoilers.
I said the name, and I forget what the name is. She goes, "I don't like that name. We'll just call this elf Dobby 2."
Dobby 2.
It's like a female house elf, and she's like very grateful for Hermione helping her get free. There's all kinds of magic elements going on. Also, I forgot to say, when you're walking around the streets of France, if you go to certain windows, there's pictures in the windows like of people, and they'll talk to you like in the movies. So I guess they have somebody behind the scenes watching cameras, but they'll like say they'll like, "What's your name?" And then they'll go by your name, and then they'll carry on a whole conversation with you. There's busts in the thing that talk. There's all kinds of other magical stuff going on. There has been no ride through videos of this because it was only open for the media preview. The team members cast haven't even gone on it. So been very hush hush, but supposedly it's really good. So that's how they've accomplished 1920s and 1990s, which I think the reason that we've moved to the Ministry of Magic in the 1990s is because Fantastic Beasts movies didn't do as well as they wanted them to.
Yeah.
So when they're building the park, they're like, maybe we should put Harry Potter in this somewhere. So that's how they did it.
Making a Star Wars land without like Luke Skywalker.
I know, isn't that weird?
Han Solo.
That's weird. The most recognizable.
But it looks fantastic. The 1920s France looks way better than a France down the street.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get a Justin Bieber.
Oh.
So we have one
Justin Bieber
portal left to go through. Chris's least favorite one.
Oh.
That's not true. That would be my second place. The Isle of Burke.
Going in this, if you go back and listen, this was my least looking forward to land. And now after seeing it, I'm like, I want to go there. Because what they've done with this land is amazing. This is the land that really sticks out with the walk around characters, because they have all the characters from the movie that you know. They have the twins walking around, and they look pretty much exactly like the twins from the animated films. You can meet Hiccup. He sounds like Hiccup. Looks pretty much like Hiccup. They have the bigger guy that doesn't have a hand, that it switches out to different things.
Yeah, Handy. Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, he has his is it?
That's who voiced him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Blonde hair with like a big guy.
Yeah.
He's got his own stand, and he's funny. Like, you can sit there and just talk with him probably half the day. Like, he's like, he goes, I want to show you something cool here. He goes, look at these. These are called shelves. And you're like, okay. And he goes, I went in there. I was asking. I saw they had some of these in the pub or whatever it's called. No, it's not a pub in Viking times. Anyways, and I went out. He goes, I went out. They said they were called shelves, and I went out and I prayed to the god of IKEA. And then the next day, they magically appeared in many pieces. So it's really funny.
Good.
And then they have dragons literally everywhere, like animatronic dragons. They have the big
robot dragons.
Snow one. What's the big snow one? I don't know. The big ice one.
Snowy.
It like shoots bursts of cold air at you. It's huge. Nice. And then they have Toothless that you can meet with Hiccup. And then they have the guy that we were talking about, the big guy. His dragon is there with them, but he's asleep. And then they have, which I thought they only had Dart. But I sent you another video.
Yeah.
They have multiple of these walk around.
Well, there should at least be three.
I think they have three. I'm pretty sure they have three.
The kids. That's the kids of.
Because I've seen the white one and I've seen Dart, and I'm pretty sure I saw another one.
Yeah.
I forget the other one's name. There's Dart. Yeah. But, okay, I'm pretty sure they used the robot dog.
Yeah.
Dynamic or whatever.
Yeah.
These kids are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a real little dragon just walking around. It just walks around. It plays games. It's like, well, they were like doing a Toothless says, like Simon says, and it would obey like the commands, like Toothless says, look up, and it'll look up, and it would like give people like your, wave it, and then just sort of trot along and pounce like a dragon would in the movies. Amazing stuff.
Yeah. Some of that walk around stuff at all those portals, I think, will be difficult when there's a lot of people in there, right? And that's where is this going to last? But maybe they're able to really limit how many are in a portal at a time somehow,
Yeah,
because it's so big, it's the whole park, it's big. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I hope I can go in October if I'm down there maybe they cancel stuff. But the rides, there's rides in here. There's the fire brigade or something like that. It's basically these boats that you're on. That it's basically the twins ride, the two twins.
Yeah,
they're hilarious. And it's like there's two boats, and you're shooting water. Basically, you get soaked on this ride. You're like shooting water at targets, and we'll get each other wet and stuff. There's a ride like this at Legoland.
Yeah. There's one at Dollywood too, I think.
Is there? Yeah. It looks fun. And then they have a roller coaster that's like a training to ride dragons type roller coaster. And it's like a family coaster, sort of like
Goofy's Barnstormer.
Slinky. No, more like Slinky Dog. It's a step up from more like Slinky Dog.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's really fun.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Really fun. And there's like all kinds of animatronics on there. You see Toothless. He's mad because at the beginning, Hiccup says, we don't even need dragons with machines like this or whatever. And then Toothless is like, and then the merch in this place is amazing. Like if Chris went, he probably would get in so much debt.
Oh. Yeah.
It looks so cool. You can adopt a dragon, like a baby dragon in the egg. They do a whole ceremony for you.
It was only like $20 or something like that. It wasn't that expensive.
Wow.
Yeah, they break open the egg for you. You get to name it, all this stuff, and then it's got a carrier strap that you can carry them around the park. They have swords. They have axes. They have shields. They have helmets. The helmets look legit. They're so cool looking. It's like the helmets that I guess they wore in the movies, sort of like the fold down things. They have a toothless head and paws, so you can. They're these big fans that look like the tail that you can buy as a fans, but they were saying some people have been attaching them to their pants. They'll make it look like they have tails, like dragon tails.
That's fine.
There's pins, there's mystery pins, there's clothing. You name it, they have it. But yeah, like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah,
for Chris and for kids.
For you, apparently too.
I know, but I'm like with all the swords and the axes and stuff, it's like it's gonna be hard to get back home for some people on planes and stuff.
I mean, yeah, they'll probably have some sort of shipping service, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's a lot of cool stuff. Like all the merch, like the stuff that they first came out with, we were talking about. Like this looks cheesy, but then the other stuff they've had has been pretty cool looking. So
yeah,
I like it. I like it. So, Chris, you can get you a whole like hiccup outfit there. And then when you dress up your car, you can just stand beside it. Practice your hiccup voice. And then you could there you go. They have one hiccup that looks like hiccup and sounds like hiccup. They have another one that sounds like hiccup, but it looks 50 years old.
No.
Everybody's like, that's an old hiccup.
He went for the time turner thing.
I did. I think so. But yeah, that's epic. This sort of turned into an epic episode.
311.
Yeah.
411.
But I'm impressed so far. I can't wait to go. Is it going to hurt Disney? I don't know. We'll see.
It creates competition and fuels their energy to do better.
But Disney's, as we talked the other week, Disney's already hit back and said, well, take this, Epic. We're opening up both water parks. They're themed.
That's right.
So they're theme parks.
We have more theme parks open. But we're going to close the lobby of the Grand Floridian
for Christmas time. They do have some deals. Disney's got some deals. You could get like 50% off kids tickets in the summer. You get $99 hotel rooms, or I guess the value resorts.
Disney Plus subscribers can get that discount.
Yeah. So there's some deals. So if you need a vacation, let me know. Ryan at UponAStarTravel.com. If you want to go to Epic,
got you covered.
Yeah, got you covered. So yeah, I'm excited for everything happening in Orlando.
Yes,
it's gonna be fun. I wish I was closer. We'll have a Universal Park closer to us.
It's going to be right down the road from me.
Yeah. It's more geared towards kids, though.
Kids,
right?
though, yeah. So.
Boo, kids.
And there's this announced they're opening one in the UK. A Universal Park that's going to have. I just saw.
I do say.
I think there's going to be a James Bond area. Of course. There may be a Back to the Future area.
I saw that picture. I wasn't sure if that was real or somebody was just kind of making it.
No, they did announce a Universal
British things
for UK.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, the one I saw was a fake picture because it had like a British baking show area. James Bond and something. I don't know.
Do we want to mention Daredevil at all? Is there anything you want to say?
We didn't meet. No, we did meet last. Did we meet? We didn't meet last week, right?
There's two episodes that we haven't talked about. Both very good.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can save it. We're already over an hour.
Yeah, we can save. We'll
save it. If you haven't watched it, you can go
wrap up.
Yeah. Well, cool. There we go. Yeah. This has been an epic 311 on
411
episode. But I can't wait to hopefully experience Epic Universe. I don't know if you guys want to go. I don't know if you guys have a desire to go at some point in your life.
Oh, definitely want to go. But it's just I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll wait till all the walk around characters have been fired. And
exactly.
Wait till just everything's on the just downhill. So yeah.
Oh man. We'll have to get Katrin there sometime.
Somehow. I still haven't been to the new Harry Potter stuff. The Harry Potter stuff at Universal. Last time I went, Jaws was still there. So.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. The only reason I've been to Diagon Alley is because I was there for Halloween Horror Nights and they had it open. And there was like nobody back there, so you could just like wander around the whole thing, which was nice.
Nice.
I've never bought a wand, but I did make some wands you can buy on iamGEEK shop on Etsy.
There you
go. But I'm looking forward to it. So one day, maybe October, we'll see. My kids really want to go to all the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
There you go. Ooh. But I think once my kids see Isle of Berk, they're going to be more excited about that.
Big How to Train Your Dragons fan?
No, they're not. But I just think, once they see all the dragons and stuff out, they're going to be like, that's cool. And then Super Nintendo World, I think they'll be like bonkers over.
Bonkers.
Go get you a Justin Bieber and some Wolfman Nards.
They missed an opportunity there.
Yeah.
To have Wolfman Nards. They have Wolfman pretzel bites. Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is. I thought they were like donuts or something.
They do have a steak. They have like a breadstick thing. You can get this shaped like a steak. Stab it through a heart. It's all garlic too. Anyways, all right. This has been episode 311 where we talked about the band 311 on 411 and 711 and Epic Universe. Next week we'll be at Living with the Landspeeder. Oh, yes, it does open on May 22nd.
22nd. Which is like 11 times 2.
Oh.
Woo!
And then we'll be back. I guess next time we'll be doing Daredevil, right?
Yep. It'll be a couple weeks, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.